Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you're a returning watcher. I'm George, I'm the Good Lad Gamer. Today we're pulling Sacred Shards. There isn't much else to say on it. There's no fragment, there's no fusion event or anything like that. It's just pulling Sacred Shards. It's a ×2 on Sacreds, and we've got a ×10 on a champion. Allsof the Jade, I think his name is. We'll double check that once I go into the other view, just so you guys can see what I'm reading along. But as I said, guys, nothing else going on. It's just ×2 on Sacred Shards. And it's an exciting one because legendaries from Sacreds, they can be pretty exciting. So join along with me and hopefully we can get some nice legendaries out of it. And before I start, guys, I just want to say, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing makes a huge amount of difference to me. I've currently got about 290 subscribers, and the big number, the big push that I've been pushing for ages is 300 subscribers. I know that with 300 subscribers, I'm making content that people actually enjoy and want to see more of. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into putting these Sacreds. So here we are on the Kale account. I just want to say, before I get into sort of talking and pulling shards, guys, I've just eaten a takeaway. I'm very full, I'm very lethargic right now, but hopefully we can get some nice shards. You guys can join in, and we can get some good legendaries out of it. So we're on the Kale account. We've got the ×2 on Sacreds, and we also have a ×10 on this guy, Uzol the Jade. I'm not going to go through his kit. I'll go through his kit if I pull him. I'll go through his kit if I pull him, but I reckon we just get straight into putting the Sacred Shards. It's going to be a quick one today just because I'm doing 7 Sacreds on each of my accounts. That leaves me with 7 on one account and 8 on another account, just in case I need them for a Fragment Summons or Fusion Summons in the future. So, shard number 1 on the Kale account. Let's go. An epic straight out of the gate is always good to see. Fang Cleric, not interested. Moving straight on from that one. I'm not giving him the time. And another epic, very nice to see. Crypt Witch. Oh, if it's going to be one of them, game, if it's going to be one of those videos, please, let's just not do it. Jotun, another epic. Come on, game. You know what I want. A Drake. You know what I want, you know what I need, game. Come on. Miscreated Monster, a good champion. I still use him in my spider team on this account, actually. A good champion. He's not really needed on either of my accounts. I probably don't need him in my spider team. I've just never changed it since when I first set it up for a good, successful run. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. Is that 3 more on this account? Come on, game. Masked Fearmonger, it's going to be a sad one. I can feel it already. Ooh, Grimskin. And that is it for the Kale account. Very disappointing. Arguably, you know, the hardest earned shard. And I got nothing out of it. Nothing out of it. But what I'll do, guys, I'll go on to what was the points I was getting? I don't even know what the points I was getting. Champion Chase Tournament, an epic book and some energy. What I'll do, guys, I'll go on to the Galek account and we'll do exactly the same over there. So we're on the Galek account and hopefully we get some better luck this time. That was an awful first half of the video. Maybe it's going to be a lot quicker one than I was anticipating. But if we get a legendary, I will go through their kit. That might fill my video out a little bit, hopefully. We've got a Seeker straight out of the gate. A lovely champion used in both of my Clan Boss Unkillable teams. Welcome to the team. Maybe I will enhance my current Seeker. And we'll do even more damage on Clan Boss. That would be lovely. Durandil, another epic. If it's going to be one of these videos, it might not even make it to the end. There we go. Okay. A Countess Lix, an interesting one. Seeing her more and more in PvP. Maybe a good one. Let me go through a kit, guys, and I will be right back, and I'll go through a kit with you. Right, so Countess Lix doesn't have a overly complex kit. She has been in the game for quite a while now. Was she one of the first champions to have wings? They went through a right stage of champions having wings. I think her and Astralon, I knew that, Astrolon, I think they were maybe the first champions in the game to have wings, but a cool looking champion nonetheless. And I guess we'll just go through our kit with you guys. So, Honor A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 30% chance of placing a weaken debuff for 2 turns. Honor A2 attacks all enemies 3 times, each hit has a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Each hit also has a 75% chance of decreasing the enemy's turn meter by 10%. That's why she's in PvP, I assume. And then Honor A3 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a block active skills for 2 turns. Also decreases the cooldown of all ally skills except this champion's by 1 turn. And then Honor passive removes 1 random debuff from Astrolon if this champion at the start of each turn, only available if Astrolon is on the team. And a second passive, not a friend passive, fills this champion's turn meter by 5% each time an ally receives a debuff. So I've seen her more and more in PvP. Maybe it's because of this A2, decrease speed and potentially decrease turn meter. And that just throws out the enemy team sort of out of whack, so they can't take their turns in the order that they need to, potentially. Especially for like damage dealing champions that don't have a lot of resistance on them. Maybe, potentially, depends how they're built. So maybe that's why she's in it. I don't know if she really has a place in my teams, but welcome to the team. I think I have an Astrolon on both of my accounts, so maybe we could do a 2-person combo PvP team, maybe. Maybe, that'd be nice. Anyway, we're going to move on, and we're going to go in for number 3, 4, Sacred Shard. And this big delay means an epic. Of course it does. That's exactly what it means. Bovos Sharphorn. He was a fragment. Oh, wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. Vault Keeper Wixwell. Second legendary on this video. Suddenly, this video went from being a no good and maybe wasn't even going to make it to the internet to being actually pretty alright. This guy can be a bit of a menace in PvP, I've noticed. Yeah, a little bit of a menace. Let me go through his kit, guys, and I'll go through it with you, and we'll see if he has a place on my team. So, I'm going to call him Wixwell. Wixwell. He looks pretty cool. Nothing to write home about. Maybe he does with that scroll on his back. Pretty cool champion, I would say. Yeah, why not? So, on Wixwell's A1, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 40% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. If the target is a boss, the chance increases to 80%. So he's quite good for a Magma Dragon. Magma Dragon. He can have a provoke and or Hydra. I can't tell you which head it is, but one of the heads of Hydra can be provoked. On his A2, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Also increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Then increases the value of all shields on all allies. The value of the shield is increased proportional to the total number of buffs which had their duration increased. The more buffs, the better the shield on your team. The more buffs on your team, the better your shield. And then on his A3, places 2 intercept stacks on a target ally. Also places a increased defense and a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's defense. So he does his A3 and then into his A2 and increases the shield. And then this is the skill that makes him a bit of a menace in PvP. And I'll explain why once I've read it through. So at the start of each round, places a counter-attack buff on this champion for 1 turn. This buff cannot be removed. At the end of the champion's turn, also places a counter-attack buff on them for 1 turn. So the reason he's a menace for me is because people match him up with a Wukong. And this guy is survivable because he's a defense champion and he has a counter-attack. And he can just stay alive for too long. And then Wukong keeps getting rezzed, keeps rezzing himself, and then keeps nuking my teams down, and it's really irritating. So if you want a cheeky 2-man PvP team, maybe Wixwell and Wukong is the answer. I do normally win, I will admit, but he is annoying. It's annoying. And then on his aura has a all ally defense in all battles by 28%. So that's Wixwell. Vault Keeper Wixwell, welcome to the team, mate. Maybe. I don't know if you have a place, but maybe. Moving on, last 2 Sacred Shards. Let's go. Come on, game. 1 more legendary, and this will be a pretty good video game. Soul Drinker. Not an epic. I don't want an epic. I want a 3rd legendary. Okay, I got the 3rd legendary, guys. I can't complain about that. I can't complain. 3 legendaries in this video. I would say that's pretty good. It's a shame they're all on one account. I wouldn't mind an even more even spread, but here we are. We don't complain. We don't complain when we get legendaries. We got a Bistophus. Yeah, he's a glowy boy. Bistophus. 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 What I'll do, guys, again, I'll go through his kit. I'll make sure I'm a bit more familiar with it, and then I'll go through it with you. Okay, on Bistophus's. Bistophus's. A1. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing a block active skills buff for 1 turn. Has a 35% chance of placing a true fear debuff for 1 turn on the target under block active skill debuffs. So if he lands it, he also does a true fear. Yeah. On his A2, attacks all enemies, inflicts a critical hit against targets under block active skill debuffs, heals by 20% of the damage inflicted, so he can heal himself, bit of survivability. And then on his A3, when ascended, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing an active block active skills debuff for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. When booked 100%. That's pretty good, actually. I think that's pretty good. I think on a 4-turn cooldown, which brings him out of the game a little bit. If this turned into a 3-turn cooldown, he could potentially become a decreased defense legendary instead of an epic like a Stag Knight or something like that, which could make him quite viable, but it's a 4-turn, which makes it a little less desirable. But here we are. By Stoffus, you're a little less desirable to me. And then on his aura, an all ally accuracy in all battles by 70. And I would say actually a pretty good champion. He's alright. He could be good for like wave content or something like that. Faction wars maybe. Yeah, pretty solid guy. Nothing to write home about, but he does alright. And then I think that's the last shard. It is, guys. Let's just go and make sure it's a champion chase tournament, so maybe I got some extra points on the Galeth account because we did get 3 legendaries. And we got that Immortal Soulstone. I'll keep the energy for now. Nothing else of note. But 3 legendaries. That's pretty good. And there we are, guys. We've done the Sacred Shards. We did 14 Sacred Shards and we got 3 legendaries out of it. I would say that's actually a pretty good haul. I'm pretty impressed with that. I don't know if any of them have a place in my team. Maybe Countess Lix will get built. I can't see me building the other 2 guys for any reason. Unless there is a particular use for them. I can't see me really building them out. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. And do let me know in the comments what champions you got. Did you get anyone significant? Did you get anyone that might be game-changing for your account? Maybe I could give you a little bit of advice on where I would use them in the game. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And don't forget, if you enjoy my content and want to see more of it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.